Alright, so I wanted to do this little video on lateral movement, and rather than write it in the post, I thought I would explain kind of what I wanted to show you in a drill, maybe give you some ideas on what you can do at home to improve your lateral speed. I get this question all the time: how do I improve my lateral quickness? How do I improve my lateral speed? And I think that a lot of coaches and players think that there's some kind of drill, magic drill, that if you do enough, or if you perform this drill enough times, that you'll all of a sudden gain some amazing lateral speed. This is not necessarily the case. Drills are great, but it's really the mechanics of the drill and how you perform the drill that really gets you better at lateral movement. It's not necessarily the drill itself. I could put you in many different types of lateral movement drills without any explanation at all, and tell you just to run through them over and over again. And while you may see some improvement, you're not really going to see a lot, because it's not the drill itself, it's the focus on the technique of the drill that actually gives you an improvement. So really, you could get really good at a simple drill and just do it really, really well, and you're actually going to see improvement. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the drill doesn't matter necessarily, it's the technique and how hard you perform the drill that matters. So with that said, let me just explain a couple of concepts about lateral movement, about how to move laterally so that we can become more efficient. There's more to lateral movement than just these drills, but what this drill will do is help you move more efficiently in a lateral direction. So efficiency of movement is what we're looking for here, not necessarily strength or explosion. Those categories are probably best improved in the weight room or through some plyometric type drills. This, however, these drills are great though for improving technique, improving movement patterns, and also for just improving overall efficiency of movement. I don't like wasted movement in my athletes. I like my athletes to be very efficient in the way they move. So, first thing about lateral movement is if I'm approaching a change of direction point, whether I'm going to make a sharp cut or whether I'm going to stop myself suddenly and go into a slide step, okay, that might apply more for basketball. I want to be low. Most people in these drills aren't low enough. So as I approach my stop point, I want to be as low as possible. So I want my knees bent, okay, and then I'm going to slow down. I can't really change directions at full speed. I'm going to have to decelerate a little bit. So I'm going to come into the stop point here, and then my first step before I go into my lateral slide or my lateral movement is a 1-2 stop. So that's the first thing. We just want to get a 1-2 stop. So with me, if I'm planning on going to my left, that's going to be a left-right stop. Left-right. I want to stagger my feet slightly. Again, if my right foot is now my plant foot, this is the foot that I'm going to use to propel me in my new direction. So it's going to be slightly in front. Again, so this is what I want to practice at first, is just coming in, 1-2 stop. Okay? Very slow and deliberate. Just coming in, 1-2 stop. Okay? If I want to come in from the right side, okay, and I'm going to explode this way this time, I'm going to do a 1-2 stop, except this time it's going to be a right-left stop. Okay? Again, right-left stop with the plant. Okay? So that's the first thing. I want to have a 1-2 stop. Second part is I want to be low. I already said low, but I want my plant foot to be outside my hip. Basically, my ankle needs to be outside of my knee needs to be outside of my hip. In other words, I'm going to have a positive shin angle with the ground. In other words, my shin is bent in the direction that I'm going. What this allows me to do is really give me a good push with this foot and propel myself in my new direction, okay? Whether that's to go into a slide step or whether it's to go into a turn, okay? I want to have a foot plant outside. So that's something you can practice with your 1-2 stop. Come in low, 1-2 stop with a foot plant outside, okay? Just come up, practice it, 1-2 stop, foot outside, okay? My foot needs to be at a 90-degree angle, or as close to a 90-degree angle to my turn as I need to be. So if I'm going at a 45-degree cut, I wouldn't need to be quite as sharp here. If I'm going at a 90-degree cut, probably need to be about perpendicular with that line. If you take geometry, you know what I'm talking about. Just basically, you want the foot planted outside with a good 90-degree angle to where I'm going to turn. Okay, that's number two. Number three is I don't want to be stiff-legged here. Okay, I don't want to come in and just go plant outside. This is where people blow out their knees right here. Is when I'm not bent enough at the knee. If I'm stiff at the knee and I plant, there's a lot of force and shear stress pushing against my ACL joints and my MCL joints here. So I want to make sure that I'm low by changing direction. You see the best people at doing this, they come in, they're really low, and they're able to accelerate at an instant, okay? Again, 1-2 stop, foot plant outside, that's the main thing. The next part is I want to have a good forward lean in the new direction. So you come in here, wide stance, basically my feet kind of form a inverted V or funnel here so that I'm inverted, okay? And now I want to lean in my new direction. So as I turn, okay, I'm going to push with this foot and accelerate with a forward body lean in my new direction. That's number 4. So number 1, 1-2 stop. Number 2, I'm low and my foot's planted outside. I guess that's number 2 and number 3. And number 4, positive body lean in my new direction, pushing off with my outside foot. Okay, so if you can get those concepts and you really work on them, going from slow to fast, so first you're going to be really slow and deliberate here, okay, until you get it right. Then you can speed things up and make a quick change of direction. That's how we make sharp cuts, rather than rounding off our cuts, like you'll see a lot of people do. Okay? So, that is a lateral cut if I'm just cutting and moving forward. So I want to come in, forward lean in my new direction. If I'm going into a shuffle, so this is for you basketball players, I'm going to come in, it's the same idea, 1-2 stop, with my feet making a nice inverted V here. And then for my shuffle, all I'm going to want to do is push with this foot, and then I'm going to point my lead foot in my new direction and just pull myself. Pull myself and push. So for a shuffle, it's a little different than where I would get a forward body lean here. I would just come into my 1-2 stop, and I'm going to point. My body's still facing forward, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, until I get over to my point where then I can accelerate or backpedal or whatever. Notice I always end up in this same staggered stance every time. So I'm ready to change directions at a moment's notice. Push, pull, end up in my staggered stance, staggered stance, staggered stance. So now I can reverse directions if I need to. I can take off forward if I need to. But everything comes back to this good staggered stop with my foot outside, ready to change directions. If you don't get anything else from these drills, just notice if you can get this part, 1-2 stop, foot outside, you're going to be ahead of the game. So again, just work on that. The other problem I see with lateral movement drills is that we tend to get really good at running patterns. We get really good at doing a dot drill, like this is a 4-square drill that I would just run, shuffle, backpedal, shuffle, run, shuffle, backpedal, shuffle. We can get really efficient at that, really good at running the pattern, and then when we actually get into a sports situation, we forget and we go back to our old way of doing things. So get really good at these. These are called closed chain drills. In other words, I just run a pattern, I memorize a pattern, and I do it. And then start adding some open chain skills, like start reacting to outside stimuli. Have somebody point a direction and you have to react and cut that way. Have somebody, I don't know, give you a command, a verbal command, right, left, and you have to react, plant, cut, and go. Those are more game-like situations. And then eventually, you want to apply these to your sport, whether it's basketball, football, lacrosse, you name it. You can kind of come up with some of these drills on your own that apply better to your sport. The idea, though, is if you use proper mechanics, work your way from slow to fast through closed chain drills, and then start incorporating some reaction type drills, some open chain, responding to commands, and then eventually carry over into your sport. That's the progression that you're going to want to use with these drills. So I hope that's some useful information. I hope that you've at least learned a little bit about how to run some of these lateral movement drills. If you'd like some actual drills to do, if you'd like some help planning out a lateral movement practice, just let me know, give me an email, or leave a comment, and I'll be happy to answer those as best that I can. So thanks for watching, and as always, if I can do anything to help your program, just let me know. Thanks.